नमस्कार, सलाम, याली मदद, सत श्री अकाल, वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू कैलगरी। आप सबका स्वागत है हमारे प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस में। ये प्रोग्राम आप देखते हैं हमारे अपने फेवरेट टीवी चैनल पंजाबी नेशनल पर और सुनते हैं हमारे अपने फेवरेट रेडियो चैनल रेडियो सुरसंगम पर। मैं आपका होस्ट, आपका दोस्त अमृत बरार आपका स्वागत करता हूं अपने इस प्रोग्राम में। आशा करता हूं आपका लास्ट वीक बहुत बढ़िया गया होगा। कैलगरी का मौसम थोड़ा चेंज हो रहा है और थोड़ी ठंडक आ रही है, तो प्लीज़ अपना ध्यान रखें। कोविड इज़ स्टिल हेयर, प्लीज़ गेट वैक्सीनेटेड, यही हमारा मैसेज है आप सबके लिए। हमारे इस प्रोग्राम में हम लोग ट्राई करते हैं आपको उन लोगों के साथ जोड़ना जो कि इस समय कैलगरी में जितने भी इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं, जितने भी तरह के इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं, उनमें वो उम्मीदवार हैं और अपनी दावेदारी पेश कर रहे हैं। पिछले कुछ टाइम में हमने आपको मेयर सीट के जो दावेदार हैं उनसे मिलवाया और सिटी काउंसलर्स के जो दावेदार हैं उनसे मिलवाया, स्कूल बोर्ड ट्रस्टी के दावेदार हैं उनसे मिलवाया, और हमारी कोशिश यही है कि आप उन लोगों के बारे में जानें और फिर अपना फैसला लें। उसी तर्ज पर आज हम आपकी मुलाकात करवाने जा रहे हैं एक और उम्मीदवार जिन्होंने अपनी दावेदारी पेश की है सिटी ऑफ कैलगरी के मेयरशिप के लिए। आइए उनके बारे में जानते हैं और फिर हम अपना फैसला लेंगे कि कौन है उस अमेजिंग सीट का दावेदार। आइए मिलकर स्वागत करें मिस्टर ज़ेन नोवैक का। सर, वेलकम टू द शो।
Thank you very much for having me here. What a privilege. I'm excited for this interview.
Thank you so much. I'm really sorry it got a little bit late, but I think the things will go smooth and you will definitely enjoy it, sir.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be great.
Great. So I was just telling our viewers and listeners that in the past few weeks we have, have guests over here who are running for different kind of seats for mayorship, for councillors, for school board trustees, and our main focus through this program is to let our listeners and viewers know about the person, to connect you with them from heart, because they can read about you, they can see on the website or on pictures who is Mr. Nowak, and these are his visions and this is what he's going to do, but to know from yourself, it's a big thing.
That is so important. You know, they always say to get out and vote.
Right.
I always say get informed and get out and vote. And
Amazing.
your program
Amazing.
is just so crucial and key to help with that process, to inform the voters. We're, at such a crucial time right now in the history of Calgary, and it's confusing. We're having a federal election, we're having a municipal election. There's several people running for mayor, and as you mentioned, councillors, school trustees,
right?
And it is tough. When they come to the ballot box to vote, there are going to be so many questions on it. Plus, there's all the referendum items, like fluoride and policing and the provincial stuff. So you doing this program does such a service to the community. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be part of it.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. So, to start with, I would like you to tell a little bit about yourself, about your background and what you've been doing till now, a little bit of your success story till today, so that people know a little bit about you and what you've been doing all these years.
Okay, excellent. Well, I've been in Calgary about 20 years.
Right.
I was born in a little town, Lloydminster, and my family business, grew up with my family business, was in northern Saskatchewan. Oh. But I'm not that far removed from being an immigrant myself. My grandparents on my father's side came to Canada in the early 1930s from the Ukraine and from Western Russia. Right when the Holodomor happened, when about 12 million Ukrainians were starved to death, and my grandparents escaped right at that time, and they came here and they started a new life in Canada. Wow. And when they came here, they were so poor. It was unbelievable. And Canada supported them. Canada helped them. Canada allowed them to homestead. And this became just their dedicated home.
Right.
And they never even went back to, we called it the old country. They stayed here, but they also brought their traditions.
Of course.
And I love that, the food, the dance, the culture. And so that was my roots. And then I came into Alberta in 1986 with construction. My background was earthwork, construction, civil construction, building highways, all of that. Then I worked with concrete. I owned a concrete company. And then I worked for Lafarge as a manager. And I was in many different communities in Alberta. But when you're in Alberta, a lot of people end up becoming involved in the oil and gas industry. And I did about 20 some years ago. And all roads in oil and gas and many industries lead to Calgary.
Right.
Because let's face it, Calgary is the economic hub of Alberta.
Right.
And in many ways of Canada.
Right.
So I came here about 20 years ago in business, small business, large business, but I also became very involved in the nonprofit world. I was involved with many different charities, a lot of them, Big Hearted Mavericks, Children's Link, the PrEP program, Between Friends. All of these were all about children.
Right.
Disadvantaged children, children needing help, needing meals, you name it. But then I also progressed, and while doing that, I became involved in a group, an agency here in Calgary called the Kirby Centre.
Okay.
And the Kirby Centre is an amazing organization.
Right.
And they reach out to senior citizens or aging adults of
Right.
all nationalities and demographics.
Right.
And they provide services, programming, support. And so I was on the board of directors for 8 years.
Wow.
And 5 of those years I was president of the board.
Right.
And we did a lot of interesting change. We have moved that organization forward in an incredible way, and it provides such a valuable service to the community. I encourage everyone to check out the Kirby Centre.
No, I've heard a lot about that.
It's a great community organization. But the interesting thing in that journey was they're in the old Mount Royal University building, the Kirby Centre from 1948. And so they need to move. That building's past its life. So that put me in contact with City Hall and city administration for years, trying to find a new piece of property, partnering with the city, with the province, with the federal government, and then all of our private stakeholders to try to make this dream and vision happen. And it was so frustrating dealing with city council and city administration that I was just like so frustrated because I'm used to getting things done.
Right.
Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions for good outcomes.
Right.
But you got to make them or you don't get the good outcome.
Absolutely.
And so it stalled and they still haven't moved. All these years later, we still haven't moved. And it became so frustrating to me that it really motivated me to start to take a serious look at the municipal politics here in Calgary. I came here 20 years ago. I fell in love with this community. And you know what the first question was I'd always ask everybody? What's your Calgary story? Because not a lot of people can say that they're born and raised here. I wasn't. And so it was like we were this beautiful beacon of light that everybody flocked to for so many years because there was opportunity here. Prosperity, success, acceptance. But a lot of that has changed in the last few years.
We will talk about that, sir. The best part I would like to also put my words to is that we live in such a diverse environment. You are from Ukraine, I'm from India, right? And we live under one place with each other, with harmony, with love.
Yes.
We enjoy each other's festivals. We love each other's traditions. It's so much diverse. We go to different restaurants and eat different food, right? That makes
it's a privilege.
It is a privilege. And this makes this Calgary, Alberta, Canada, I think the best place in the world.
I agree with you. But we can do a bit better.
We will do a bit better, and we will talk about that in our next segment. But before we go to that break, I would like you to answer a very small question of mine, and I want you to be a little bit specific on that. You've done so much of good work, good business, good. You've been volunteering. Why politics?
Well, like I started to say, I fell in love with this city. But I don't like the direction it's going right now. Too many of my friends are unemployed. Too many people I know have lost their businesses. We're losing 15 businesses a day net that are closing. And that just puts more of a tax burden on the rest of us who are hanging on. We have such diversity here. We have the second highest post-secondary graduate ratio in any urban center in Canada.
Right.
We're creative, we're innovative. We are just lacking strong leadership at City Hall to create prosperity and success for our future. We need to change that path now, and me standing up to be mayor is my portion of trying to help Calgary move forward to an even better future than the brilliant past we've experienced in years and decades ago. I mean, forever, everybody had to come to Calgary. Didn't matter where you lived. You, me, whether you're in Manitoba, Halifax, Houston, Abu Dhabi, Malaysia, the Philippines, India, you came to Calgary. But that's not really happening anymore. And we need to bring that back and even bring it back better than it was.
Amazing. This was the highlight. अगर आप बात करें जो मिस्टर नोवाक ने कहा कि क्यों यहाँ बंद होता जा रहा है, लोग क्यों सोच रहे हैं कि वो शायद यहाँ पर ना आए, कैलगरी के अंदर, अल्बर्टा के अंदर, बाकी प्रोविंसेस में जाएं, तो ये एक बहुत अहम सवाल है. हम अपने बातचीत को जारी रखेंगे. एक छोटा सा ब्रेक, अब ब्रेक के बाद हम लोग दोबारा आपसे मिलते हैं. आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस ओनली ऑन पंजाबी नेशनल टीवी. मिलते हैं एक छोटे से ब्रेक के बाद. वेलकम बैक. एक बार फिर से स्वागत आपका हमारे प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस में. हम लोग बातचीत कर रहे हैं मिस्टर नोवाक से, जो कि हैं यूक्रेनियन है और इस सिटी को उन्होंने अपना घर बनाया और पिछले कई सालों से यहाँ पर बिजनेस कर रहे हैं. वॉलंटियर उनका एक बीइंग अ वॉलंटियर उनका एक मेजर फोकस है लाइफ के अंदर, और काफ़ी सालों से वो कर्बी सेंटर के साथ वॉलंटियर कर रहे हैं. और उसी दौरान उनकी जो मुलाकात है वो सिटी के ऑफिशियल से होती है और उनको लगता है कि वहाँ का जो सिस्टम है इट्स नॉट वर्किंग गुड, सो ही वांट्स टू ब्रिंग द चेंज. तो आइए उनसे जानते हैं कि उनकी जो विज़न है वो क्या है. सर, आई वाज जस्ट टेलिंग आवर व्यूअर्स अबाउट व्हाट यू सेड and what brought you back to the thinking that we should have a better leadership in the City Hall, which is very important.
Yes.
Now, in your agenda and the things what we read, which you have like a manifesto for the elections, right?
Yes.
You talk about few things. The first thing which I read about you, where you say dynamic leadership. So if you can say a few words on that. What do you mean exactly by that?
Well, like we talked before, we're facing very difficult times.
Right.
And to move forward through those, you need that dynamic leadership. You need a leader who can get people to work together,
Right.
collaborate together.
Right.
You have to be a good listener.
Right.
Because you have to give respect to get respect.
Right.
But sometimes you have to make very difficult decisions for the greater good.
Right.
And we often see politics and politicians trying to just please everyone, and you know what happens? You really end up pleasing no one because you don't get the important work done.
Right.
Whether that's building projects, finding efficiencies, building a plan for not just 3 years to the next election, but 30 years. You have to be strong and dynamic to move and vision things 10, 20, 30 years in the future. And that's what Calgary needs now.
Amazing. Then you talk about accountability. What exactly you mean by that?
Well, as we talked about, working with the Kirby Centre and going to City Hall and city administration, I didn't see a lot of accountability. As just like you, a Calgarian, it seems like every day you turn on the radio or the news, you're paying more and you're getting less. And we always hear about these projects that go over time and over budget.
Right.
And we even look at the budget of Calgary. In the last 6 years, the operating budget of Calgary has grown by like 20, 30, 40%. But as Calgarians, how many of us have made 20, 30, 40% more?
Can I interrupt you over here?
Yes.
You being a businessman, you have been, in this industry, oil and gas and construction since long time, right? According to you, what make things go over budget? It is lack of planning or something else?
Well, I think it's a combination of things, but we as Calgarians are never told. But you're right. There's that saying, I didn't plan to fail, I failed to plan. And I
Amazing.
think that happens here sometimes. And then accountability. So one of the things that I want to bring into City Hall, it's called biannual review.
Right.
So all those ones who are leading major projects that you and I are paying for, they now have to every 6 months come into City Hall and say, and let's just use an example. Maybe they were given $100 million to do a project that would take 2 years.
Right.
Well, now they have to come in every 6 months. Well, you're 6 months in. You're 1 year in. Where are you? Are you on time? Are you on budget? And if not, why not? And how are you going to get back? And if it isn't plausible why they are over budgeted over time, maybe we need to look at who's doing it.
Right.
Maybe they have to be accountable. And the same is for City Council and the Mayor's office. We have to be accountable. And we have to be accountable to our citizens. One of the things that I want to bring in, it took me to sign up to run to be mayor, 100 signatures of Calgarians.
Right.
Well, I got a few hundred, but still, it was 100. I think as a Calgarian, if you can get 100 signatures about a problem, a concern, or an opportunity you see, that should make it to the mayor's office. And I can't promise we're going to fulfill everyone, but that's the voice of the Calgarian. And running in this election, I've been working on this campaign for 3.5 years. Talking to Calgarians, almost every one of them said that they feel they're not listened to by City Hall. I want to change that.
That's amazing.
We're the stakeholders. We should be heard.
Absolutely. Now, you're going for door knocking in every ward.
Trying my best. It's a big city.
I do understand, sir. Now, the thing is, every ward has, or every part of our Calgary has their own problems, their own, things which are missing.
Yes.
What is the common problem did you see or did you heard from people when you meet them? Did you come to any kind of conclusion that, okay, every ward has a different problem, but this is common in every ward?
I think the common thing in every ward is that we mentioned they don't feel like they're listened to. And every ward pretty much has a couple of key concerns. Taxation.
Right.
In the wintertime, snow removal. And support a small business.
Right.
Now, a lot of times people don't realize that in Calgary, over 90% of the businesses that are registered in Calgary have less than 40 employees. They're small businesses. But when do you ever hear City Hall or City Council or even our mayor championing our small business? We always talk about, the unicorns, I call them, going out and getting Amazon or Google, which would be great, and they bring a few hundred jobs, but usually they want everything for free. And when we stop giving it to them for free, they go to the next city.
Right.
What about all these small business owners? Moms and dads and their children and their aunts and their uncles, that they want their own prosperity, they want their own success. Why are we not supporting them? They're the ones that are really paying the bills in this city, but all the time they get less services and they pay more taxes.
Right.
I mean, look at our snow removal, for instance. I mean, that impedes everybody. Businesses, citizens. Look at some of our transportation right now.
Right.
I'm always confused about how our transportation is done. Because to me, it doesn't go to the people that really need it.
And that's what we were discussing before we started talking, sir, that especially if you talk about Northeast, right? It is growing till the end of Calgary.
Yes.
You have homes, different kind of homes, big homes, small homes, number of apartments. Like if you go to Cornerstone or Skyview, there are huge number of buildings which have smaller apartments, but there is hardly any other infrastructure. There are no parks. There is no transportation. People don't know if they don't have a vehicle, or they have a vehicle which is giving them a problem. They cannot reach work. There are hardly any recreational centers for kids where they can go out and swim or do and play some sports.
Be part of the community.
Exactly. There are no places for temples or churches. So, what is your vision on that? Like how the planning is done and what needs to be changed over there?
Well, I don't have all the answers, I'll admit that, but I sure, like you, have some questions.
Yes.
I want to know why we always build trains to areas where people usually have about 3 vehicles in their driveway. I don't think a lot of Calgarians realize that the international airport, there's 52,000 workers there.
Right.
Why don't we have train and transportation there?
Right.
Right? The Northeast is one of the biggest catchment basins of employees that go throughout the entire city.
Right.
Plus students, everything else, workers from frontline to office workers to maintenance workers. And we don't have strong infrastructure. In fact, when you drive in the Northeast, oftentimes it seems like it's the forgotten community.
You're absolutely right.
We can even just talk about upgrades.
Right.
Upgrades of boulevards, maintenance of boulevards, upkeep, cleaning, all of that. I don't understand that. Why are we not investing in the community that provides the majority of the workers?
Very well
That
said,
has
sir.
to change.
No,
But I think
absolutely.
that the way you change that is, number one, you talk to the community leaders, and you find out what their vision is for a successful community.
And for that, you have to listen, sir, right?
Exactly. You have to start the conversation. You have to be willing to listen. I have talked to so many of our ethnic communities,
Right.
and a lot of them don't complain a lot. They go, "Oh, well, we get this and that." But every single one of the ethnic communities I've talked to have said to me, they're not part of the conversation when a new bus route comes in, changes come in, development plans coming in. The city isn't making all the wrong decisions, but the one thing they always seem to fail at is talking to the communities, talking to the people that live there and need those services. That has to change.
And sir, on that note, I also agree with you and also want to add that if we have such a diverse communities, certain kind of setup which is so very well placed in Alberta, Calgary, Canada, and we talk about Calgary, so this has to be the key where you listen to people, you listen to their problems, and as I always say, all politicians are not magicians that they can put a magic wand and everything works out. As you said, I don't have answers, but I can listen. That is the key. You listen and then work on that. It is not that if I demand 100 things you will be able to do it, but at least you will be able to tell me the answers. If I come to you with a problem and I say what can be done, you say, hey, we'll talk about it. It's gone, it's done. We'll talk about it, but when? But if we have a person who sits with me and at least listen to me, that okay, what is your problem? This is your problem, these are the points, let me look into that. And then there is a feedback, okay, this can be done 1%, 2%, or to this level. It means the person is hearing, right?
Running businesses, the one thing I've learned, before you can come up with a solution, number one, you need to know what the problem really is. And if you want to know what the problem is and you own a shop, a business, a trucking company, whatever, go talk to the individual who is boots on the ground and hands in the game, because he's living it every day.
Absolutely.
He or she understands what's good and what's bad and what's failing. And that's what I bring in leadership. You talk to the people who are involved in it because they're going to understand it the best, and they probably have the most creative ideas.
Right.
And then you work with them to implement those ideas. And I think that's really how we need to address our communities. I think that Calgary is failing on creating recreational facilities for our youth. I want to emphasize that. I think that we can do a much better job in showcasing our diverse communities as far as their culture, their history, whether it's dance, food, clothing, whatever it is. We have such a mosaic of a city. Why aren't we prouder of that? And why aren't we showcasing it? And one thing that I'm adamant about, and I know this isn't a municipal objective, it's more of a provincial and federal, but I'm mayor. I'll be mayor of the 4th largest city in Canada. I want to advocate for the recognition of certification and academic credentials. So many immigrants come here and they have an amazing education in another country, but it's not recognized here. Now they have to start all over again, and they can't afford to. They can't afford the money for schooling.
Amazing point.
They can't afford the time. They're looking after their family. They spend all their money to move here. So what do? They take a job that pays less in a career that they didn't choose. Well, we've taken away success stories. If we could have worked with them to get them recertified, certified, recognized, so they could, instead of doing a blue-collar job, and there's nothing wrong with blue-collar jobs, if you've trained to be an engineer and now you have to sweep the shop floor where you should be designing the equipment, we're losing out. You're losing out in your prosperity, and Calgary is losing out on the wealth and success that you would bring. I want to advocate for that.
Amazing. एक छोटा सा ब्रेक, और ब्रेक के बाद हम लोग दोबारा हाजिर होते हैं. आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस ओनली ऑन पंजाबी नेशनल टेलीविजन. वेलकम बैक. आपका फिर से स्वागत हमारे प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस में. हम बात कर रहे हैं मिस्टर ज़ेन नोवेक से, जिन्होंने अपनी दावेदारी पेश की है फॉर द सिटी ऑफ कैलगरी मेयर के लिए. 18 अक्टूबर वोटिंग डे. Please come out and vote. Choose the right person, but do exercise the right of vote. It is very important. We have seen in past few years people or past few elections, people don't come out, they don't vote, they just sit home, and then they ask questions why this is not done, why that is not done. Then we lose, if we don't vote, that right to ask questions. If you want to ask questions, choose the right person, choose the right man for the job, because they are our representative sitting in the city hall and they should be responsible for their work. ये बहुत important factor है. Please आप बाहर निकलें और vote ज़रूर करें. Mr. Zain, we will do a rapid round questions and answers. We have last 5 minutes over here. Now, you have said very blunt things, very clear things, and which make a lot of sense, that these are the things which are not taken care of and that should be taken care of, and if you are chosen for that seat, you will definitely fulfill those promises. One thing I would like you to tell us how accessible you are. Why I ask is that now, before the elections, I've seen where people are very accessible. You talk to them, you call them, you email them, they are there at the right time and they will give you everything. But Zain, as a person, if he gets that seat, will he be same accessible to the people, or do you think the time will change him?
Well, we've seen that time and again, where politicians get elected and then they think they're rock stars and they don't talk to anybody. We have to change that. And in fact, I think we were mentioning earlier, for me to run for mayor, I had to get 100 signatures.
Right.
So I have a policy that I want to implement. If you and your community, your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, whatever, if you see a problem, an opportunity, if you get 100 signatures, that should come to the mayor's office.
Great.
I am only one person. There's only 24 hours in the day, but I know my work ethic and I know the time I commit. I have my entire life always had an open door policy.
Right.
And I have to be available to hear what you need.
Absolutely. And second question is, as we were talking before, there will be a whole new councillors coming in with you if you are chosen for that seat,
Yes.
right? And a different mayor, right? So do you think you have that capability to collectively work with all these people with different backgrounds and different knowledge and work together with them to bring a new Calgary?
Yes, I do. And it's not going to be easy. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. But I have lined up my transition team, my chief of staff, really experienced people who understand it. And one of the strengths in me is sitting down with people, listening, talking, and finding out how we can work forward and work together. And that is what we need in City Hall almost more than anything else. We need strong, collaborative, agreeable, respectable leadership. And I know I can bring that.
Amazing. Mr. Zain कह रहे हैं कि वो सबको इकट्ठा लेके चल सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये बहुत सालों बाद होगा कि इतने सारे नए काउंसलर्स इस समय काउंसिल में आएंगे और एक नया मेयर हमें 3 टर्म्स के बाद मिलेगा. तो उनकी ये कैपेबिलिटी है, उनका ये मानना है कि वो सबको साथ लेके चल सकते हैं. Mr. Zain, can you please also tell our listeners, our viewers, about how to contact you, about your website, to get more information, how they can email you or phone you, if you can just share
Yes.
it with us, please.
For sure. The best way to get a hold of me is to go to my website, which is www.zane, Z-A-N-E, the number 4, mayor.ca. So it's Zane, number 4, zaneformayor.ca. But I'm also on things like Twitter. I'm on Instagram, Zane for Mayor on Instagram, Zane for Mayor on Facebook. Please go to my Facebook page, Zane for Mayor. And all of those platforms, you can contact me. But to ask me specific questions, go to my website, and there's a section there. I try my best every day. I take several hours. I sleep very little. I take a couple hours every day to try to answer all the questions I possibly can. That's important. That's a process I never want to lose.
And I hope that will continue if you're chosen for that seat too.
Yes, it
Amazing,
will.
amazing.
And you know, just in conclusion, kind of on me,
Yes.
my tagline is, I believe in Calgary because I believe in Calgarians.
Wow, that's great.
And they always say, get out to vote, October 18th, get out to vote. I always say, get informed and get out to vote. And I'd like to thank you for that, because you are part of that process that is so crucial, helping Calgarians learn about the potential mayors and councillors out there. You're helping to inform Calgary. Thank you so much for this.
Sir, it's our duty, and I'm very sure that this time people will choose the right candidate. They will take the responsibility, and that is why we try to connect people like you to our community so that they can make a wise decision in choosing the correct person.
Thank you. I can't overemphasize how important that is.
Thank you so much, sir. तो हमने आज बातचीत की मिस्टर ज़ेन नोवेक से, जिन्होंने अपनी दावेदारी पेश की है सीट ऑफ मेयरशिप के लिए कैलगरी सिटी से. तो अगर आपको लगता है ही इज़ द राइट कैंडिडेट, प्लीज़ वोट फॉर हिम. प्लीज़ गो आउट ऑन 18th October and do vote. Check his credentials, check his thinking on his website. He's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Zain for Mayor. Kindly check that out and do go out on 18th and do vote. मैं आपका होस्ट, आपका दोस्त अमित बरार आपसे इजाज़त लेता हूँ. नेक्स्ट वीक आपसे दोबारा मुलाकात होगी एक नए गेस्ट के साथ. तब तक के लिए अपना ख्याल रखें. टेक केयर ऑफ़ योरसेल्फ. सी यू नेक्स्ट वीक. थैंक यू.